Was warned last week to go big, bold, fast because he was dragging his feet. Thank you, Gary, for becoming a Purple Hawk, and everyone else that is a Purple Hawk in the room. This is Evenings LLA with a continuation of our doubleheader, our second program tonight. This is LLA. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, from Wall Street to Main Street, from my home to your home, the most comprehensive financial news there is. And in this recording, I have a lot of details for you. Specifically, this recording will go over the items in the third stimulus package and the breaking developments not covered in the video right before this. Those developments include the following: a new report that I heard even after stopping the last recording and starting this one is a new report out tonight. Says that Joe Biden was advised last week he was going too slow, and that the trick that the Republicans were trying to set him up was to drag it out and never have a bill finalized. And that the Democrats had fallen into that trap over 10 years ago in a prior administration, that they waited and they waited and waited, and that ultimately they moved too slowly. Ironically, the people who helped got him moving are you. The Purple Power, no less than 2 weeks ago, went on social media after Joe Biden said, "We'll see how this stimulus package goes in a few weeks." His words were a few weeks. His press secretary's words were a few weeks. After you went on social media, you pushed him to go faster, bolder, and quicker. And the new report tonight says he understood he was going too slowly and wanted to go out right away. What's happening with your stimulus tonight? I have those details coming up. But first, the day started with some staffing announcements. Congressional leaders made their determinations about staffing announcements. And right before the time of me pressing record on this recording tonight, Liz Cheney learned tonight her fate has been saved, that her appointments and her positions are untapped and unchanged as of today's vote. But earlier today, we learned about new Senate committee chairs. And who are they? Sherrod Brown of Ohio will be chair of the Banking Committee, Bernie Sanders of Vermont for budget, Ron Wynn for finance, Pat Murray for health, Maria Cantwell for commerce, Manchin for energy, and Durbin for judiciary. Dr. Fauci last night said that we will not see normality. Thank you for the cat. And that was Carmen with the cat. Carmen Cat, hey, how are you? Oh, meow. I really appreciate it. Dr. Fauci last night said that unless you have 85% of Americans vaccinated, then you won't see anything back to normal anytime soon. We're currently at about a 2% vaccination. So what do we know tonight? Well, we know tonight that there's an additional 150,000 doses just discovered. I won't go over them too much in this recording, but it's really incredible, great news. They were dedicated for a process of the federal government that for long-term care facilities, and they're now routing them out to the states. So this is also really great news. The other great news is sort of the pushback to the statement from the head of CDC. Earlier today, the head of the CDC said the following. This is Dr. Rochelle Walensky. Hey, how are you? Dorothy with the cat. There is an increase in suggests that schools can safely reopen and that teachers do not need to be vaccinated. Others disagree. That was not the position of Gavin Newsom here in California, saying that, hey, you want our schools to reopen, we need to get vaccinations out right away. Vaccination rates is part of the impact of what we're dealing tonight with, which is the deal provisions of the third stimulus package. And with that, let's turn to the deal provisions of the third stimulus package. They're coming to us from several different sources. Those sources are Nancy Pelosi's written statement yesterday, which you have a copy as a member of this channel, and Joe Biden's 30-page summary of his about 6,000-page bill, which I've been detailing with you and delivering to you as a PDF as well as a member to this channel over the last 2 weeks. Let's start broadly over them before we get to the details. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video, and if there's a new member that joins during this chat, I'll give you a shout out. And if there's a dancing pair, then I may dance as well. You will be getting a $1,400 stimulus check if you're an individual, $2,800 a married couple, $1,400 children, and $3,200 adult dependent. If you're on any type of benefits like Social Security, you get the same as what I just detailed. Either you're an adult dependent or you're a single individual. Next, FPUC will continue on, but it will be revised. It's currently running from January to March at $300. It will now run from January to September at $400. So yes, it will be retroactive back to January. They'll give you an extra $100 for those weeks of January, and then after that, they'll pick up and go forward at $400 a week. This is a lot of weeks. January to September, $400 a week, a lot of money. That's about what? About 40 weeks, $400 a week. It's about $16,000. And if you do escalated benefits, Kathy with the dancing pair, if you do escalated benefits, you could get your UI or PUA up to about maybe about $400, $500 a week, $300 a week. 250. Well, let's say it's $300 a week. $300 a week plus $400 a week. Tisha with the hey. Trisha with the hey, how are you? $300 a week plus $300 a week for UI or PUA plus $400 for FPUC. That's about $700 a week. $700 a week. That's sort of nice. That's sort of nice. $700 a week over 40 weeks. I don't wish you to be unemployed for 40 weeks, but that's somewhere between $20,000 to $30,000. So that's a lot of money to ensure that you're covered if you're unemployed during this pandemic. Next, rent aid. This was the big surprise. Rent aid under the third stimulus package will have not one, not two, but four provisions. Mike with the winged lemon. Hello, winged lemon. How are you? It's the winged lemon. Four items of rent. This is exciting. The first one, actually, the first three we knew about. The last one we did not. The last one was a surprise from Nancy yesterday. Item number one, rent for low income. Item number two, rent for middle income, middle class. Nancy with the dancing pair. Thank you, Nancy with the dancing pair. Rent for the middle class and rent for homeless people to get them out of homelessness. We knew about those three provisions over the last few weeks because I detailed them on this channel. But yesterday, Nancy gave us a surprise. That was money for your mortgage. Wow. Money for your mortgage. That is singularly one of the most common questions I would get on this channel since November. Is there any money for some mortgage? Is there any money for mortgage? This is really huge. Now, one of the things I haven't gone over for you about the rent stimulus under the third stimulus package in a while is how it works. And let me go over it to you right now, because this is also really great news. The way it would work is you would apply to the federal government for the rent to be paid to your landlord. You give a copy of your lease, so then the federal government would approve it and say, okay, we're sending a check to the landlord for your month of rent of September. If the landlord says, I don't like it, I'm not going to accept it, then the federal government will give you the money directly, and then you pay the landlord. It also includes utilities. Really great news. Next, utility assistance, food, and PEBT. Now, this one I'm going to go really slowly on. I'm going to go so slow that it's going to be Mitch McConnell slow. The SNAP benefits and the food benefits and the PEBT benefits have now been increased, I think, 4 times in 1 week. Hey, Michelle, thank you for the popcorn. Yeah, get the popcorn ready, because you're going to hear a lot of SNAP in about 10 seconds from now. Joe Biden has increased the SNAP benefits like every 10 seconds. Like you snap, and then there's more SNAP. Snap, and there's more SNAP again. Can we double snap, and then there's double snap? That's what's been going on this week with Joe with SNAP. And Nancy yesterday, what'd she do? She did like crossover snap. Nancy said, I'm going to have more snap as well. I'm like, I don't understand how much snap there could be. Can you just snap it together? Just snap to it? Or just someone in the comments, get off your butt and snap to it. I'm ready. And it's like, stop snapping and just get to it. Michelle, it's easy to snap. It's hard to just snap to it. So let me go over where we are on these snaps, because it's a lot of snap. So first, SNAP benefits are now 15% from January to December. Hey, Joel, or Joel, the dancing pair. SNAP benefits are now 15% from January to December, meaning a 15% increase from now to December. That's the first one. Next, children 6 years or younger are now added onto SNAP for the first time in U.S. history. That's new. Next, they will also get a 15% increase. That's new. They'll also get a retroactive payment back to August of last year. That's new. Let's see if I can remember everything else. Oh, PEBT, which is when your child has to stay home from school because the school is closed and you have to feed the kid, is now national. It was not initially national. It's only about 3 states. It was originally paying about $114 a month per child. Now it's paying about $134 a month in some states. In other states like Hawaii and Puerto Rico, it pays a lot more. And that is now national, and it's increased, and it's 15%. And 22 states applied for it last Friday, and all the other states are going to apply it. I think there was something else. Anyway, that was up to yesterday. That was up to yesterday, and then Nancy's like, I want to get in on this also. You can't just have all the fun. So Nancy's like, more SNAP as well. Chuck, can we do SNAP as well? So Nancy's press release yesterday says there's more SNAP. I'm like, I don't understand why can't you just do the SNAP one time and just make it easy on me so I can explain it to viewers? It's like every 3 days is another SNAP than we had the day before. So they keep on increasing the maximum. Someone just said, I'm at the maximum. They keep on increasing your maximum. That's why it's making it so confusing to report. So if your maximum was 234, then it's 254, then it's 264. It's just like, can they just... thank you for the... thank you, Michelle, for the sticker. That's SNAP. And that's PEBT. Okay, so let's see what else Nancy surprised us with. Nancy. Lots of surprises. Just same hairstyle, but no everything else and lots of surprises. Okay, so the surprises were the grants. Grants. Lots and lots of grants. This is one of your links from yesterday. This was not the PDF, but it was the link in that members get as a member of this channel. I'll be reposted after the show as well, so you can see as well. At the 13-minute mark, let me first give you the update. 800 people in the room and 340 likes. So we're good on the likes, but the people in the room, get the people in the room up to 1,000. Let's see if we can do 1,000, 1,000. Maybe we can do 2,000, 1,000. But let's get to 1,000 people in the room, and let's see if we can get to 1,000 likes. Where do I get the PDF, fellas? So you go. So if you're a new member of this channel, the PDFs are posted for members on the community page on YouTube for LLA, which is youtube.com/LLA/community. When you go to the front of the LLA YouTube page, you're going to see a little bell. Make sure you hit that bell. That's the alert. The reason why you want to hit that bell is that every time a message is posted to a member, you will get an email on your email account on file with YouTube. And that email will say, hey, there's a new members post for you from LLA. The great thing about that email is that the email actually has links in the email. So you'll have a link right into the PDF. You don't even have to go to the YouTube page. You just read the email, go right in there. It's really wonderful. Thank you, Michelle, for the pair. At the 13-minute mark, let me tell you what's going on. The 13-minute mark update is that your third stimulus package bill is effectively done. All they have to do is call it for a vote. Why? Because they use a reconciliation process, which does not require a single GOP vote at all. The reconciliation process is the metaphor of a pickup truck with a tow hitch. The tow hitch is a second bill. That second bill is the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. The tow truck is the reconciliation. The reconciliation functions as the following. The tow truck moves over the finish line and gets passed, and then they tow behind it the tow hitch, which has the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. The tow truck has already passed the finish line. The reconciliation has passed. Now all they have to do is call for a vote on the $1.9 stimulus package bill. Hey, Sally, thank you for the dancing pair. And it's that one that's like the Olivia Newton-John one. So there's no question about will it happen or how it'll happen. It's just a question of what day it will happen. Right before this broadcast, I read another new report from Joe Biden, which basically repeats everything that I keep on laughing about on this channel. Is he changing the stimulus check amount? No. Is he changing the eligibility? No. Is he changing the 1.9 trillion? No. Is he changing anything? No. He's not changing anything. So it's just whatever I can tell you is in there is gold at this point. It's basic. It's etched in stone. This is what you're getting. So this is very big news. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Best darn channel there is out there. This is a 24-hour news financial channel from Wall Street to Main Street, my home to your home, delivering you broadcasts quality, informative, and in-depth coverage of the financial news markets and your stimulus around the clock. Also the most interactive, with thousands of people joining a live chat every single few hours on this channel. So make sure you subscribe. Also like this video. I'll be answering some of your questions on screen in a few minutes at the 20-minute mark. Wow, we did that. So it's 1,100 in the room and 500 likes. Maybe we can get to 2,000 in the room. Tell the people, tell the donut guy, put down that donut, get in here. So here are the surprises for Nancy. Nancy, what's for surprises? What are you doing, Nancy? Let's see. She has a lot of grants for us. Grant this and grant that. Here we go. No, there's no grant for your hairstyle. First, a new round of EIDL grants. Hey, Lori, thank you for coming to Purple Hawk. Everyone welcome Lori to the room. A new round of EIDL grants. This is exciting. If you don't know, when I say grant, it means free money. It means you don't have to pay it back. It's free money. It's like, here you go. Well, I'm giving you money. Thank you, Michelle, for the super chat. The creation of a new grant for restaurants. Brand new. Brand new. The expansion of the PPP grant now for digital media services. Wow. More funds for Save Our Stage grants. More grants for movie theaters and cultural institutions that are privately owned, so not the big box ones, or the privately one, and new community navigation technical assistance for underserved communities. And there's more. Then she also had this new grant, which is really quite fascinating. Don't know much about it, but this is how she does things. It just sort of surprise you with a new grant. A grant for the funding to the Income Development Administration and Environmental Justice grants to help low-income minority communities who have been hardest hit by COVID. Wow, that's incredible. So that's what Nancy surprised us with today. Let's go back to our third stimulus bill PDF. And this is what yours looks like. That's my cover page, your third stimulus package PDF. So what else is in there? Well, I had told you there was a business grant for existing businesses. It may be EIDL. Then I told you there's a business loan to go start a new business. That's what Tia, who's in this room, loves. That's to go start a new business. Then there's paid sick leave. If you're a new member to this channel, let me explain to you what the paid sick leave is. The paid sick leave is up to $1,400. And it's for 4 situations. All the situations are where you have to stay at home from work. 1, your kid's school is closed because of COVID. Your kid is healthy, you're healthy, but the kid's school is closed. 2, you have to quarantine. 3, you have COVID. Or 4, your family member has COVID. The number is up to $1,400 a week based upon a $73,000 annual salary. So if you made less, then you get paid less. If you made more, you get up to $1,400. Really great news. Then student aid supplement, $1,700 for a college student. Really great news. And yep, I see your question. The next one, number 17 and 18, hazard pay public sector, hazard pay private sector. Hazard pay public sector means you work for the state, you work for the city, or you work for the county. That will be funded by state and local money from the federal government to them, and that they will determine how much your hazard pay is. Hey, Lisa. So if you work from public works for your city, this is not a situation where you're getting a $10,000 grant. This is where they're going to give you an add-on to your salary. Next, private sector hazard pay. How does it work? How is it functioning? We don't know. All we know is how hazard pay worked under the HEROES Act from Nancy Pelosi in 2020. That behemoth of a bill that never passed, and we presume it will likely be the same. How did that work? Tune in tonight at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Hazard Pay on LLA. It's a hit show. It's a tape show with me live in the chat. We watch older recordings from 2020 in which I go over hazard pay, and I answer your questions live on air. Finally, the child tax credits and the earned income tax credit. There will be a child tax credit of $3,000 per child, or $3,600 of the child 6 years or younger. It's $3,000 of a child making 17 years of age. Expansion of the earned income tax credit, that's to $1,500 if you made less than $21,000 and you're an essential worker. And finally, the child care tax credit. You can deduct 50% of your child care costs, up to $4,000 for one kid and up to $8,000 for several kids. And there you go. Lot of stimulus. My goodness. You had some incredible questions and comments from last night's recording. With 1,200 people in the room, maybe we can get to 1,500, maybe 2,000, maybe 1,500, and 1,000 likes. Let me answer some of your 2,000 questions from last night's recording, and then I'll answer your questions on screen in about 3 minutes from now. All right, let's get to them. Here we go. Hold on to your horses. Hold the seat tight. Get ready. Let's see if someone says, "Watch your butt." It's awesome. Take their salaries and don't give it to foreign countries. I could just hear the comic of it. All right, let's see what they said. Linda, what about the $200 for the American people on Social Security? Okay, here comes foreign countries. Orchard, how is it that Canada is constantly getting stimulus checks in Canada, and this country is all over the place doing absolutely nothing? Can anyone please tell me that, please? It's always the Canada's doing that, Canada's doing that. Why are we not Canada? Uh, I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to make a joke on that because I know there's going to be a Canadian viewers. That's not funny to make fun of our country. So I'm just not. I'm just going to leave it at that. You can make your own joke. Carol Williams. It's cold in North Carolina. Do you ever sleep? Good reporting, though. Well, thank you. Do you ever sleep? But good reporting. Sarah Engel. Do you know, guys, when they're going to do the SSI increase? No. Like every third question, no. Crystal, it's about time. I'm glad that he's doing something. She's right. She's absolutely right. She's very, very right. Gary Webb, the House will vote on it tomorrow, and it will be coming off tomorrow. No, but thank you for that comment. The House is not set up to vote on anything for your stimulus check tomorrow. Donna Behem, I think you're the best. You bring it straight to the table and you let everybody know what's going on. Among you're very helpful. We're grateful to have you. Well, thank you. Your tips in the mail. Your tips in the mail. That was someone I paid off to put that in the comments because to filter out the sort of, the negative ones that are there here. Roberto Malagon. LLA is the greatest YouTuber ever. Let's vote him in for president of the Senate. Wait a second. I've been downgraded? Last night I was just president. Tonight I'm just president of the Senate. Tomorrow I'll be president of the potluck bingo card game. Stephanie, hey, welcome for coming to Purple Hawk. How are you, Stephanie? Stephanie becoming a Purple Hawk. I'm going to be president of the Senate. I don't know what president of the Senate is, but it sounds really nice. President of the Senate. Vote for LA for President of the Senate. Just love it. Welcome, Stephanie, to the family. I think he meant, I'm going to make you head of the car wash. That's what Angela Phillips. At least we get something. I was hoping to do retro on UI, but I'm still hopeful. The teacher starts teaching. Who's teaching who here? I don't know who's teaching who here. I'm just a little confused. RTB, thank you for the real, new, every other talked about politics, no straight answer. Thank you for the real news. I appreciate that. It's it is like it is. You know, it's important to understand that when they're calling up Joe to talk, he's not moving. I mean, he freely admits it's 1.9 and it's 1.9. It's not 1.8889999. It's 1.9. It's not $1,300 stimulus check. It's $1,400 stimulus check. He's not moving a single penny on it. Do you think we'll see the checks this month? February. You could. I mean, you could. It depends on when they get the vote done. Oh, you like the hair tonight? Thank you. It depends on when they get this vote done. I mean, the reports tonight show, and I didn't bring them on camera because it's sort of repetitive after a while. It's basically saying Joe was told you do this immediately. If you remember last Friday, I talked about Janet Yellen rushing into that room and saying, "What's going on? This is taking too long." And I told you early in the week that he had said, "Oh, do in a few weeks, do a few weeks." Everyone got to him. Everyone got to him because they said, "Listen, you don't know what the Republicans are doing. They're setting you up to just sweet talk you and talk and talk and talk. And you're going to look at your watch, and 5 weeks will have gone by, and you will have done nothing but listen to people talk." And clearly, someone got to him and said, "Do it right now, Joe. This is not a game." Um, David Riggins. Hey, LA, I'm on SSI. Will my wife on SSDI get our check soon? Well, you'll get your checks as soon as everyone else. So that's a great question. I get that question a lot. Will people on SSI get a stimulus check, the $1,400, before other people? No. But the good news is that generally in the case of people on benefits, IRS knows where you are. Hey, Kiara, how are you? Thank you for coming to Purple Hawk. Everyone welcome Kiara to the room. Generally, IRS knows where you are, more so than people that aren't on benefits. The biggest concern is when IRS doesn't know where you are. They don't know how to send you money. They don't know where to send you money. And if you're not, and I'm not referring to people who are on payees, when you're actually receiving your benefits checks every single month yourself, they know how to send you money. So you're in the best circumstance to get your money. Now, I certainly have viewers who are on SSI who haven't gotten the second stimulus check. I know that. And I have viewers who are just, pay their taxes every year and they haven't gotten a stimulus check as well. But generally, you're in a better circumstance than anyone else to get your check. Hey, Renee from coming to Purple Hawk. Now, the one group that is often left behind is the children of people on SSI. Because if you don't file a tax return and you don't file a non-file filing at any time, they're not going to know you have a child if that child's not on SSI as well. So that's a big issue. Everyone welcome Renee to the family. Angela, do you know why no retro on UI? I think you mean no retro on FPUC. There is no such thing as retro UI. Let me explain. Well, there is retro. This is what's confusing. We are currently in February, and if you became unemployed in December and you thought, "I just haven't gotten around to applying for unemployment," you can go apply for unemployment and list the date of impact of December if that's when you were impacted. That's retro. You can get UI back to when you were impacted, but your FPUC is what I think the viewer is talking about. Why is Joe not doing FPUC retro? Probably the price tag. Probably the price tag. Hey, Nancy, thank you for the dancing bear. We don't care because we're a dancing bear. At that point, now at the 29-minute mark, drop any comments on the screen you may have about anything from today's recording, even Apple Car. And I'll be happy to answer your questions. Let's see if we can get to 1,500 in the room, and wow, 794. Get these likes up. That's really low. Get these likes to 1,000 likes, and let's do maybe 1,600 in the room. Tell that donut guy to get in the room. Drop any questions you have. Apple Car says cheat. Yes, like it. It's free to like. Any questions you got? How do I get a dancing bear? You have to. People still say, is he saying bear? No, I'm saying pear. Pear with a P. LA, if you're behind in 3 hours, how do I find you? I miss a lot. Oh, you're in Indiana. I don't know What is Indiana? Is that Central Time? I think Indiana's Central Time, so I think you're 2 hours ahead of me. So just take the programming schedule is in the video. The programming schedule is in the description of every video. So you want to add 2 hours to that if you're in Indiana. Indiana's Eastern Standard Time? Okay, so then you want to add 3 hours to that if Indiana's Eastern Standard Time. When will the Apple cars be coming out? 2024. Saw a question about mortgage assistance. Depends where in Indiana. Oh, Indiana's in two time zones? I did not know that. Learned something tonight. Uh, I'm in Wisconsin, so I'm Central Time. Someone said, there you go. If you dropped a comment on the screen and I didn't see it, then post again. So he doesn't care about uh, so he doesn't care for the people that are now homeless because of the new retro FPUC. Well, he is providing. I'm not going to vouch for the guy. I'm not your president. He's the president. Joe Biden's not president, not LLA, but he is providing other things. But no, he is not going back to July because of that. Kentucky is too is that we're talking about time zones. So no Social Security stimulus, not in this stimulus package. When will the bill become law? That's the big question. We just don't know what day. It could be any day. That is just the number one question. What day are they going to call for a vote? It's no longer a question of will or how, but when will it become a vote? How long is a COVID vaccine supposed to work? Great question, Michelle. Um, Originally, the COVID vaccine was supposed to work for an entire season, an entire year, and that you would get a new one every year. Now, the recommendation from Moderna is that if you have been vaccinated, then count out 6 months, and within 6 months, you should come in and get the booster for the South African variant. That's a current recommendation. I think they're probably going to pull it in tighter, but we'll see. My mom gets SSI and I claim her as my dependent. Who will get the stimulus? Great question. So, adult dependents, that $3,200 stimulus check for adult dependents, that will go to the person whose tax return they appear on as the dependent. Vivian, so if the person appears on your tax return as your dependent, you will get the check and you will give it to them. Thank you, Vivian, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Great question. The 2020 EIDL loan. What is the bill about UI tax deductions? I don't know what that's referring to. The EIDL is very, very. Hey, Nancy, thank you for the dancing pair. The EIDL is very confusing as we sit here tonight. It is basically a combination now of three different EIDLs. There's the EIDL grant from 2020. There are the EIDL grant applicants. There are the people who are waiting to apply in 2021 that are low income and agricultural. And then there's everyone else that wants to pounce as well. And we really don't know how they're going to deal with it. My prediction is they're going to slowly take all these infusions of EIDL grant money from second stimulus and third stimulus and progressively pay off all these unpaid grant applicants until they're up to date to the present. That's traditionally how they've done things. Hey, Prophet, how are you? Thank you for the dancing bear. I really appreciate it. 1,500 in the room and 1,959 likes. We're doing a really good job. Uh, there was a question about the stimulus. Saw you Utah today. Utah is fighting about something with Biden. I don't know. Uh, do you know anything about the mortgage assistance? Is it federally backed mortgages? Tina. So no. I mean, this is as far as Nancy's writings are concerned. It's mortgage assistance for everyone. And that's why I say mortgage money, not mortgage forbearance. So everyone, help with your mortgages. Because the reason why I say that is because it's in a paragraph talking about rent for people. And you, of course, have the PDF, the link about this, so you could read the language yourself. It, you know, it. We're working on with something so important like that. We're working on 10 words to 2 sentences of detail. So it's not like we have an enormous amount of detail from these people. Wow, 1,600 people in the room and 1,000 likes. When will be decided upon and voted upon? That's really a big question. Hey, Dorothy. And that's, it could be any day, it could be a few more days. Really don't know. At this point, the great news is that it really is a finality. What do you have to be in order to get utility assistance? Don't know yet. We don't know yet. Thank you for the very nice super chat uh, by Papas. Very kind. Should I request my second stimulus check in taxes? So if you have not gotten your second stimulus check, um, you can request it on your tax return. If you want more clarity about this subject matter, about a missing stimulus check and your tax return, go to irs.gov. There's a link at the front page. You're looking for the word economic impact payment, and look for that, and you can click on it and read through it. Oh, thank you, Jean, with the gorgeous woman with the hair. Hiya, hiya. Go to iris.gov and click on that link, and it'll show you what to do if you're missing that stimulus check. I've been watching since April, learned so much. I really appreciate it. Oh, now the comments are flying. That was Nancy with the dancing bear. Dancing bear, they don't care. So thank you for joining me on Evenings LA. What a big night it is. I'm back with you at 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time with Hazard Pay. Hazard Pay, yes, we still have volunteers. And there's actually, someone just asked, do you still have volunteers and do you have grants now in Los Angeles? There is money for rent all across the state of California now. So reach out to the volunteers. They are absolutely wonderful. They're in the pinned comment of this video, in the description. That is news.la.com/community. They're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I will see you next at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with Hazard Pay. It's a tape show, but I'm live in the chat. Make sure you subscribe. Like this video. We reached 1,600 people in the room and 1,100 likes, so that's great. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe and also become part of this family. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused, and I'll see you tonight on Hazard Pay.